Okay, so in this tutorial, we're going to look at how to mod suits for the Reclaimed Suits add-on, and I'll walk you through all the steps and everything you're going to need to know. So let's get into it. So first, you're going to want to go to my Discord, link in the description and on my channel, and you're going to download the Batman Suits add-on and the Batman Suits mod template. Then when you have those downloaded, you're going to go to your com.mojang folder, and this is where you're going to go to your resource packs, find the suits moddable file. What you're going to do is you're going to Control X or cut, and then you're going to go back out into com.mojang and go to development resource packs, and then you'll just paste it in there. So this will make it so that you can edit things without having to make a new world every time. It's a weird thing with Minecraft, just trust me on it. So then when you are in here, you're going to go to mods. Here, let me zoom in a little bit more. You're going to go into mods, suits, and then you're going to pick a suit that you want to replace. So in this tutorial, we're going to be making the 2004 Batman, so we're going to use the BTAS suit as a template. So we'll just use this one. In here, you want to open up all of these files in your editing software of choice. So I'll just do open, and that'll open it into GIMP. Now here is where you'll want to do all of your texture work, and feel free to do whatever suit you want. I'm not going to go through the entire process on how to make it, but I'll give you a couple tips on how the model is set up and what you're going to want to do with it. If you don't already have Blockbench installed, I would highly recommend you do that, and then we'll get into the next part. You're going to want to have another window of com.mojang. Go to resource packs, Batman RECL, go to models, and then we're going to make this a smaller window so we can just drag and drop. So we'll drop that in there, and then we just need to do the geometry.elytra because that's all that we need. So we're going to do that, import, and then because these are the vanilla capes, we don't need them because we're going to test out a modded one. So we'll just do cancel. So this will be the cape. Then you'll go back to that folder, go into entity, drag and drop Batman armor, do the base armor, not the flashpoint suit. We don't need to import any textures because again, it is modded textures that we're going to be using. Then grab the Batman helmet, and then, base helmet, not the first or Talon, we'll just do that one. Then we can delete this. It doesn't actually delete the file, it just deletes it out of this project. And then we need the elytra standing, and then we'll just do this. You could technically do the standing blocking, but it doesn't help that much. So we'll do that, and then we'll do cancel. So then we have the cape, the helmet, the armor, and the cape when you're gliding. Now when it comes to this one, the better way to go about viewing it is to go into animate, and then go in and then click elytra gliding, and make sure that right here it says entity. There you go. And so then this is what it'll look like from behind when you're gliding. Now that you have all of these models open, what you're going to do is we'll just go to edit, and then we'll go to our folder with all of our modded textures, and we will just drag and drop them in. So the cape one you're going to use for the mobs model, just do import texture, and then we can go back to animate so you can see what it looks like fully spread out. And then with this one, we're just going to drag and drop the suit, import. Then for the helmet, drag and drop helmet. Pretty self-explanatory. For standing cape or elytra standing, we're also going to import the cape, and then you'll see that it uses this part of the texture, not the like flying elytra part of the texture. So this is where we're going to view the changes we make to the suit. Now that you have your models and textures loaded into Blockbench, we're going to either edit the file in Blockbench using the Paint tab, or you can open it in an external software like I'm using GIMP. So we're actually going to switch it up, and we're going to do the white version of the 2004 animated series suit. So we'll do that. I'll do all the edits off screen, because it would just be a waste of time to show you the whole process. But something to know is that the symbol on the suit is a different plane, so you can have those like 1 pixel centers. So usually I find it looks best when you use the 1 pixel center in conjunction with the normal like overlay. So just note that the symbol, or this extra geometry to help with the symbol, is in line with the overlay and not just the base cube. So just keep in mind that it is on the overlay. So let's do all the changes and then I'll get back. Okay, so something to know is that there's this little square or rectangle right here. So this is for the different fins or spikes or whatever you want to call them on the gauntlets. So if we go into my editing software, you can see that they are ordered in the same way that they will appear on the skin. So it's top to bottom, just like how it'll be on the suit. So you can see blue, yellow, red, blue, yellow, red, blue, yellow, red. So that's what that is over there. So yeah, and then we'll get into the helmet next. Okay, so for the helmet, there's a couple different options for how you do the ears. So the thing is there's some Batman helmets or cowls that have ears that point inwards, and then there's some that point outwards, and so there is it's modeled to work with that. So like, let's say if I go in here and grab the I don't know, the city helmet, you can see that the ears face inwards. So what you'd want to do is make sure that the two parts come together. And so with this one, if they're pointing outwards, you want the point to come together. So if we take a look at the suit that I'm trying to recreate, even though he has like really small ears, I can see that they're pointing outwards. So we're going to use the outwards model for them. And I'm going to make the ears a little bit bigger just so you can see them a little bit better. But if we come in here and let's grab our colors for the white. Oh, that's the wrong thing. So what we're going to do is we'll make the ears small, probably. And then with the BTAS suit, there are two-dimensional ears. So what we're going to do is we're going to just mirror the ear over to this side right here. So it's 4 pixels away. So if I count like 1, 2, 3, 4, that's where we're gonna put the other half of it. And then if we send that through, you can see that now that they are 3-dimensional. And like I was saying, I'm gonna make them a little bit taller just so you can see them a little bit better. I think that looks fine. I'm gonna get to texturing the rest of it, and then I'll be back. Okay, so now that the helmet is done, let's go on to the cape. Okay, so the reason that I chose the BTAS suit as a template is because this suit kind of looks like it has a different colored inside. So the BTAS suit also has a different colored inside for the cape. So it's just easier because I don't have to think about where each color is going to go because it's already put out there for me. So let's get into that. So what I've done with the helmet is I've made a little palette right here of the colors that I'm using. So what we're going to do is we're just going to grab the brightest color, and if we look at this, our dark part is going to be the outside. So we'll grab the lightest part and the dark part, because we know that's going to be the outside, and we will just fill these sections like that. Then we're going to grab the next darker section, and then we're going to grab the color for that, and then we'll start filling these in. There we go. So now all that's left is the blue inside. So it looks like in the image that it's kind of gray, so we're gonna go with that. So let's grab the gray color on the suit. We'll use that as the brightest color here, and then grab the next. Oh wait, that's not the brightest color. That is. Okay. Okay. And then we'll do the same sort of process. So you may have noticed that I didn't actually touch the cape or the gliding textures at all, and that's because the cape is really long, and there is geometry for longer capes. So like if you look here at this model for the cape when it's gliding, it's pretty big, but it actually has geometry to make it even bigger. So that's the geometry that we use for things like Arkham capes or just bigger capes in general. So this is a small cape template, and it's just not as big. So let's get one that is a big cape. So one is, let's see, black and gray maybe. Oh yeah, I have the rebirth suit on this one. Okay, so with this one, it's nice because it has the two colored things, and really when it comes to two colors, all you really need to do is just copy whatever it is over to the other side and then color it differently. So let's grab these, and we'll just make a new layer, and then make sure that it lines up. And then the other thing that we need is this wing tip right there. So that's what we're going to be using for the length of the cape. So let's just make sure that lines up right, and then we'll get rid of this because that's for the standing part of the cape. So we're just going to repeat the process that we did for the standing textures, and then we'll be right back. Okay, now we're done. We'll just export this, and then we should see, yep, there we go. Now we have a big cape, and it should, we will fix those wing tips. I think we just need to do this, copy it, flip it, and then paste it. There you go, now you have the wingtips, and let's cut the corners off of this texture right there, so it doesn't bleed through to the front. There we go. So now we have a two-tone cape, that has a longer wingspan. So now this whole suit should be ready to go. So now let's just check our suits. So BTAS, okay, cool. And then you can change the item texture if you want. I'm not gonna do that in this tutorial, but then what you wanna do is you'll create a new world, or, you know, add it to an existing world. You'll turn on the Batman Reclaimed Suits add-on, you'll activate, and then you'll go to available, then you'll find wherever your mods are. So Batman Reclaimed Suits moddable. So what you want to make sure is that when you equip it, that it's above the reclaimed suits. You want to make sure your mods are above, because it's going to be using the highest assets in the hierarchy. Okay, so now that we're in the world, let's see it. So it was the BTAS suit, BTAS helmet, and then we already have the cape. And there you go. So it's really that simple. Just move the resource pack from resource packs into development resource packs, make your edits to whichever suit you want, and then you will equip the resource pack over the base add-on. So that's all cool, but what if you want to install someone else's mods? And we'll get into that in the next video. So that's about it. See ya.